How are you guys doing, my friend? In this video, we are going to be configuring DHCP Snooping static entries, right? So, after you enable DHCP Snooping for a VLAN, you can configure static entries by binding an IPv4 address with a MAC address for a specific switch interface, right? So, you need to, specify a VLAN that has DHCP Snooping enabled. And the VLAN must be a native VLAN or allow VLAN for that port, right? We are going to be using this Linux right here. You can see that we have a check right here because it is in the native VLAN. The specified port that is not defined as trusted. So we need to specify this as not trusted. Check. We need to specify the MAC address in the form of, XX colon, XX colon, XX colon, XX colon. So it needs to be, 2 digits and then a colon. That's how you need to be. That's how the form needs to be. All right. You can bind, and then when you bind a single MAC address to a single IPv4 address, multiple addresses cannot be bound to the same MAC address, right? Because that's not how it works, right? And the MAC address cannot be used in more than one static entry. Duplicate static entries are not supported on a VLAN. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So we are going to be configuring DHCP Snooping static entries. Really, really cool. All right, so what are we going to be doing? We are going to be going into the CLI console. So we're going to configure the switch controller manage switch. All right, we are going to edit 2817, which is this guy right here, port 1. So we can go ahead and config a DHCP Snooping static client. All right, then we're going to be edit, let's just say DHCP client 1. That's going to add a new entry. You can see show, there's nothing there. If we do a question mark, you can see what we can do. We can set the VLAN name, or the VLAN name. So here it's going to be, you can see the Linux servers, and then we are going to set the VLAN. Well, we did the set VLAN, right? So we did the set VLAN to the Linux server, which is VLAN 60. Now we need to set the IP. So we need to set the IP to 10.10.60.3, and then we can set the MAC address 00. Let's say 23 colon 66055 colon DD colon 75 colon 72. If we do show, you can see over here, and now we need to set the port to port 1. There we go. So now if we do a show, there it is. We have our first DHCP Snooping static client entry. So we have this client 1 right here. So we are good to go. That's how you're able to create a static entry for DHCP Snooping and dynamic ARP inspection. So now what I'm saying is that the server 10.10.60.3 has this MAC address. So we are statically defining, so another layer of security. If somebody else, right, if somebody plugs in, let's say they unplug that 10.10.60.3 server, and they plug in another server, tries to get the same IP, MAC address doesn't match, it is going to be dropped. So that is just another extra layer of security for DHCP Snooping and dynamic ARP inspection. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.